With 2022 out of the way, and about a month into 2023 already, guys, we're looking at perhaps the most incredible year in mobile gaming, as we have at this very moment about 50 major games on the way. Too much to mention all at once, so here's about 19 newly announced AAA games on the way to the Android and iOS devices by the end of the year. Let's go. At number 1, guys, I'm pretty sure some of you have heard about something called Project M in the making out of South Korea as a Souls-like action RPG that's being built with the use of Unreal Engine 5 by these new developers called Hound 13. Now here's for those of you keen to that, or just nonetheless, a totally brand new project in the making called Project D or Dragon Sword. This is a mobile exclusive action RPG and said to be coming out in its worst case scenario by the end of the year.
No end in sight.
Coming up behind it from roughly 2 years ago. Revealed back then though, we've got Fading City. Guys, Fading City is a wasteland-themed open-world survival shooter. It's quite a bit like the old Division, but you go up against aliens in this game. See, Fading City is actually available right now on TapTap, a few websites, as an offline game, but set to be coming out by a few months from now as an online co-op multiplayer. Here's a trailer for those of you who missed it. The game's all the way free.
This is so cute. Can you teach me how to play this game? Wow.
Yeah!
Probably the most hyped party game on the way since its reveal late 2021. At number 4, we've got over here Party Animals. Guys, Party Animals is a physics-based brawler that, believe it or not, is wishlisted more than any other game in the list or on Steam and a few other websites as well. This was actually supposed to be a console, technically a Microsoft exclusive up until last month, but now even being developed for mobile devices and due out sometime later this year.
Looks like join the epic battle taking place in some of the most epic places. Don't try these in the human world. A submarine destroying the world. A freezing cold fighter jet. A f***ing black hole. Football. Trebuchet. Huge hockey. Exploding basketball. While the game offers various modes to encourage different styles of gameplay, but we all know that the only thing that's truly interesting is to watch your friends lose their shit. Oh, I forgot. There are lots of weapons, all very realistic.
And number 4, been sitting on the Play Store in its pre-register state since a tad over a month ago. We've got over here by Navigator Games Avatar Generations. This is a turn-based RPG, technically first of its own kind, and an entry point for the franchise itself on the mobile devices officially. Here's just how it works for those of you who missed it. This game is set to be coming out fully next month with some added characters and more in-game areas.
Excellent form.
I'm not backing down.
And number 5, probably the most exciting announcement out of Middle East since the beginning of the year. Guys, we've got over here, in case you missed it, a totally brand new battle royale shooter in the making called Endling. That's been in the making, as I've learned, an entire year. Now, here's the trailer. This game is somewhere halfway a Fortnite in gameplay, but infused with games like The Outer Worlds, well, set in some science fiction style. Check it out, game's set to be coming to both platforms by October at its latest. Fullmetal Alchemist Mobile, on the other hand, as the first official mobile game in the Fullmetal series, is said to be coming out for the Android and iOS devices, first in Japan, then Western regions, a few months after. Square Enix actually just came out with a new trailer for it, said the game will be free to play all the way with in-app purchases only, and as far as content, the whole game has been redone and improved in graphics for mobile devices. And number 7, we've got over here once again Super People, sitting on Steam at the moment with terrible reviews for one reason only: hackers. There's nothing wrong with this game except the game is being hacked to pieces. However, this game's set to be coming to mobile devices in about a few months from now, and for those of you new, it's a battle royale tactical shooter just like Fortnite, albeit heavily focused on booties instead of replay value. Here's a trailer. The game's set to be supporting crossplay with a few adjustments. Coming up behind that at number 8 by Handy Games, we've got the formerly released PC game Endling Extinction, now in the making for Android devices too. In fact, it even has a firm release window of September 2023. Here's a trailer for those of you who missed it. This game is technically about the life of a fox and her babies just trying to survive. At number 9, coming from U-Game, same folks behind Miko Era, Gaia Odyssey, perhaps about 10 more games just as big as Genshin Impact in visuals, we've got over here the newest game ever since a few months ago called Starfall Fantasy, Neverland. This is a top-down style MMORPG that's been sitting on the Play Store in its pre-register state since only 2 weeks ago. That's it, the full game's set to be coming out worldwide next month, and it's just somewhere between a Genshin Impact and Dragon Raha. I mean, technically just Genshin Impact with a futuristic theme. Take a look.
Want to grow stronger with me? It's time to go home.
Welcome to Cygnus Enterprises, contractor.
At number 10 by NetEase over here, guys, once again. We've got a single-player action RPG science fiction-based top-down shooter. Incredible mix over here, something called Cygnus. Guys, Cygnus over here is sitting on Steam for PCs only, with fairly pretty good reviews as a somewhat Diablo meet StarCraft, with all of the base building elements in a futuristic era. Well, we just got a new trailer for it. The game is for the mobile devices in the making and due out mid to late this year.
Remember, the company is here to support you. Just in case things go wrong.
Got it. Let's go.
But enough about you. Let's talk about me. I'll make sure my staff pays their fair share to use your facilities.
At number 11, we've got once again Naraka Bladepoint, the old close combat action slasher, some of you might know, that's sitting on Steam with, well, fairly mixed reviews and lots of complaints, but one of the more visually advanced hacking slashers for the mobile devices that's on the horizon. Check it out. Words around that the game will be an all-the-way free-to-play port with controller support. Naraka Bladepoint is going to be coming out either May or June this year. We're also still waiting for a new trailer. Coming up behind that, we've got Warhammer Warforged. Well, first time I'm mentioning this one on one of the lists. For those of you new, however, this is a collectible card battler just like Hearthstone, albeit set in the Warhammer universe. Not just the old clans and races, but a totally new lore to boot for a little bit of a kick over here, guys. Warhammer Warforged is coming to PCs first, a couple of months later for Android and iOS devices as well, and set to be a fully free-to-play online game. Check it out, a demo for this one is also on the way.
What is it you most fear? Good enemies is hard to find. Clearly, I need to go back in time and make adjustments.
Coming up behind that, we have over here Clover Mobile, Rise of the Wizard King. I've actually mentioned this one before a few times. The game is now set to be released as an all-the-way free-to-play Android, iOS, and console port with cross-play support in about a month. Actually, if you couldn't really wait for the whole thing to come out by then, you can go ahead and visit TapTap and pre-register for a quick testing. Guys, Clover Mobile right now is actually one of the most visually advanced anime open world games in the making. But next up at number 14, we've got over here, coming over to the Play Store for free, rumors has it, next month. Ares Rise of Guardians, technically speaking, is one of the top 5 biggest Korean games announced last year, maybe even the biggest, as a science fiction MMORPG and multi-platform but single-player open world. Rise of Guardians over here, formally announced as Project Ares, has already been in the making for a whole year, and this is how it really looks. HBO and Netmarble, because this comes from roughly a whole year since announcement, have been developing a Game of Thrones mobile exclusive open world action RPG and said to be nothing like most MMORPGs that came out to this day. This is straight out of Netmarble's announcements. This game is said to be coming out within 2023 and coming to both Android and iOS devices as well. Teamy Studios and Tencent Games, that's the same folks behind the one and only Honor of Kings and the upcoming open world, probably the most huge game out of China in the making right now by the same folks, Honor of Kings World, which could have easily just been in this list. I just didn't want to put it here. We've got over here a totally brand new Honor of Kings game in the making since a few days ago called Chess or King's Chess. This is, you will see in a second, an auto chess tactics-based game just like all auto chess games, albeit set in the Honor of Kings world. Take a look. I've mentioned this one before once, but for those of you who missed it, we've got over here New Dawn or Dawnlands. This is also an open world sandbox medieval fantasy action RPG. Nothing much to talk about with this one except the game will eventually, upon release, be an online game in nature and playable with up to 7 other players as well. Check it out in case you missed it. And number 18, a quick mention over here, the trailer is copyrighted. Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition is on its way to the Google Play and the App Store with controller support by the end of the year. That's it. Rockstar also confirmed that the game will be about $15 each. We're probably looking at an October to November release. And last but not least, we've got over here finally, for those of you who have been waiting, Plants vs. Zombies 3. Y'all keen to this one know that the game's already had a soft launch, and ever since a few months ago, it's been in the full development plan. Plants vs. Zombies 3 here is scheduled to come out by the end of the year for both platforms and playable for free all the way. That's all.